Hari Ananta, hari-katha Ananta. Sohi kaite. We hear that Lord Hari is Ananta, unlimited, adoksaj, beyond comprehension, without any border, any depth, beyond all these things. In the same way, Sri Guru, expansion of Lord Nityananda, Shakti, and very dear manifestation of the mercy and drishti, glance of Srimati Radhika. Their glories are also unlimited. Our Srila Gurudeva, he has such an important place in our Bhagavat Parampara. So we've heard from a few angles, from Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj and other devotees, how Srila Gurudeva is Shiksha Guru Acharya, also Diksha Guru Acharya. We heard yesterday a very sweet explanation from Sripad Siddhanti Maharaj about the contribution of Srila Gurudeva. This is something very important too, not just hear and continue on with our life. Certain things we should try to, Gurudeva would say, take something home with you. Right? We have like a 1-week seminar or a 3-day seminar. So we are here as bhikshuks, beggars. And we want to collect something and take it home with us in our pocket and then bring it out. Gurudeva would say, don't trust these black boxes. Oh, I'm recording it, so I'll remember and remember again. But tomorrow we have something new to remember. Today remember this. Right? Every day, Hari is Ananta, hari-katha Ananta, Guru is Ananta. So we should try to collect something. Be good students of our Guru-Pada Padma. So there are so many things to discuss. I'll just reflect on some of the things we've been hearing and continue in the same topic. Also, we're celebrating this occasion of Srila Bhaktivedanta Gosvami Maharaja. So there are many mysterious pastimes that show some indication of their internal relationship. We should understand that eternal Guru-Pada Padma means not just performing miraculous activities that we can understand. Ati martya charitraya means not any kind of mundane activity. Otherwise we could say, Gurudev, can you manifest gold? Can you turn ash to gold? Many yogis can do this. One time, Swami Prabhupada, someone said, oh, I'm asking you to show me a miracle. How will I have faith in you? He said, I am changing the hearts of so many conditioned souls and turning them into awakening the real Atma, helping them go back home, back to Godhead. This is not a miracle. But still, in this world, chamatkar ko namaskar. So Guru will perform sometimes like Mataji was saying, this is like a drama. Very sweet. The miracles they perform is not the main course. Right? Like Krishna performs so many miraculous activities. And people can be attracted by those things. But what is the real miracle? What is the prem? That is the most miraculous thing. So there are many personalities in this world, many gurus in this world, many teachers in this world. We heard from Siddhanti Maharaji, Prithiviti jata dharma nama chale, bhagavat kai paripurna chale. Whatever dharma is being propagated and practiced and taught and followed is mostly cheating. This doesn't mean that dharma is wrong. It means people are not following properly. And people are teaching who are also not following. Our Guru-Pada Padma is not like that. So when you're cheating, then you want to give some mixture, something, right? We say, dharma artha kama moksha vancha adishab. Agyan tamada naam kahiya kaitava dharma artha kama moksha vancha adishab. All these things are cheating. Dharma artha kama moksha. Why? Because this is not awakening the Atma to its true nature. So what is a real pure devotee? They also see the Atma of everyone and help that Atma awaken to its true nature. Therefore Gita Krishna says, Vidya vinaya sampane brahmani gavi hasne suni chaiva sopakicha pandita samadarshina. Guruji bolte Atma jano. Atma kya hai? What is the soul? First understand this. Therefore Krishna first teaches this to Arjuna. When Arjuna surrendered, Krishna first taught what is the Atma. Your so-called knowledge, he said, Arjuna, is only dressed up to look like knowledge. Loka dharma, mano dharma, we heard this also from Maharaji. We are following man dharma, sarir dharma, not atma dharma. First Guru, they would say, atma dharma mein pratishthit ho. First become established in your atma dharma. Then you can understand, otherwise Radha Dasyam is also mano dharma, sarir dharma, jad dharma. Oh, Radharani is lover of Krishna, and I will also serve her. How? I will find some lover in this world. Ami Radhe tumi sham. Then we hear Ami kande late bhalaram. So therefore Atma Dharma is very important. Understand, this body is jad, dead. And everything I see in this world is also jad, inert. And I am living in Martya Loka, world of death. But the Atma is alive. So Krishna says in Gita, Aparyanga tastvanyam prakritim vinime param. What is the Atma? So Guru Padma establishes this principle. It says, follow this path. This is Diksha. This is mantra, this is Shiksha. Follow Atma Dharma. Not Man Dharma, Sirir Dharma, Loka Dharma, Samaj Dharma, Samaj Bhakti, Loka Bhakti, this Bhakti, that Bhakti. Guru said, none of this is Bhakti. Only Chal. Then Gurudev would say, okay, now understand. Establish this Tattva Siddhanta like Krishna established this. But still, this is not Rajaguyam. This is not the highest thing. But without a plate, what can you put on? Without a foundation, without Sandini, you can't have anything. So Gurudev gave this Atma Dharma, but as we also heard yesterday, this is very important. All our acharyas want to establish this mood of Mahaprabhu. Especially our Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, our Srila Rupa Goswami Gurudev, especially had this connection with them. So we should understand the parampara all to be serving in this divine mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore they can build upon the contributions, or you could say the services that they all rendered. So we see Srila Gurudev, how he came and preached. Everywhere he went, he would glorify his dear friend and Shiksha Guru, Srila Bhaktivedanta Gosvami Maharaja, the Prabhupada. So we should also understand, Gurudev is not separate from Srila Prabhupada. We have our Vaishnav in Vrindavan, he says, we are also ISKCON. This is not our statement, this is Gurudev's statement. Oh, ISKCON is this, ISKCON is that, ISKCON. No. What is ISKCON? This is Prabhupada's society. Therefore, Guru Padma is serving this. Therefore, what is the Transcendental Society of Mahaprabhu? This is not different. We were joking on the way here, right? We saw a nice big masjid is being built, right? But Hindu temples, everyone is 33 crore demigods, 33 crore Sangha, 33 crore Sangsta. There's only one mission, Mahaprabhu's mission. Administration is different. Administration, temple maintenance, but those who are attached to temple and wealth and position, this is also materialistic activity. So therefore we see, generally speaking, argument and these things are happening on the Kanishta level, not advanced level. And on advanced level there's some confusion, some, right? Only according to Ras and Jut and Swapaksha, these moods. But really, everyone is in the same line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we're praying to Guru Padma to have that vision, that spirit. But Gurudev also said this very interesting thing, very critical thing. Gurudev said we should be very careful. Recently I was reading this. Gurudev said more dangerous than Mayavad is Those who look like devotee are not practicing properly. It's very critical. Gurudev said more dangerous. What does it mean to be practicing a devotee? Kaharena Kuruninda Krishna Krishna Bole. Honoring all Vaishnavas. Removing any tendency of Ninda from the heart. Nindari Shunya Hridamipshita Sangha Labdya. Then we are Vaishnava. So Gurudev said, be very careful. Bhakti is like a razor's edge. Shurasya dhara nishidha duratteya. So Guru Maharaj gave this direction. And Guru Maharaj is assisting the service of the parampara. Then we should understand, ISKCON is also not separate from Gaudiya Mata. Why? Swami Prabhupada is continuing the mission of his Guru Padma, Srila Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada. Administration is different. You can say there are different sub-branches and branches, but what is the mool root? Sri Madhavendra Puripad is the root, the trunk, not the root, but the trunk. Mahaprabhu and all the branches, Advaita Parivar, Gadadhar Parivar. But if we look, we chant Panchatattva, right? Panchatattva Krishna Bhakta Rupa Surupakam. There's, after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Advaitacharya's party said, no, I will be separate. Advaitacharya is Bhagavan. Lord Nityananda party said, no, Lord Nityananda. But Advaitacharya and Nityananda, they were eternal associates. Any kalaha is only sweet lila, prem. All these lines, ultimately, we are coming in one Bhagavad Parampara. So this is also our Gurudev's mood. Gurudev said, I am Bhaktivedanta. And we heard from Maharaj yesterday. He said, I am actually first disciple of Swami Prabhupada. So therefore we have to understand the glory of them and understand how we can serve in that same spirit. Honoring all Vaishnavas, honoring, understanding what is the transcendental vision of our eternal parampara, and praying for the footdust and of the lotus feet of all Vaishnavas. So Gurudev established this in his preaching, but is this the highest thing? No. He established Atma dharma, is this the highest thing? No. Oh, we are one society, we are one mission, is this the highest thing? This is something. Some conception is there. But where's the paramarta? Societal activities is not paramarta. Maintaining temples, Gurudev said, this is not paramarta. This is paramarta. Why? This is the Lord's desire. Without, Maharaj said, preaching, book publishing, parikrama, following, practicing, right? Without these principles, how are we doing any seva? But paramarta is also something transcendental. Like we see our Goswamis established many temples. But what do we have here? Ramnath Prabhu is very nicely sending so many messages. Our Queen's New York Sangha, temple in the heart. Right? Temple in the heart. This is the temple. Gurudev said, when I'm going, this is in Gurudev's later pastimes, people think, oh, very good. Now, danger is leaving. And we've seen this, oh, many people now very friendly. Why? Guru Maharaj is not there? So they're, oh, now I can be friends. Oh, I am from ISKCON, you are from Gaudiya Math. Now we can be friends. Why? Danger is gone.
They encounter more danger.
But Gurudev said, before I'm going, I will make how many? 1,000 Narayan Maharaj.
They are encountering more dangers. They are encountering more dangers.
More danger. But they don't understand Guru Padma's contribution. Maharaj was speaking yesterday about this, right? We're talking about, okay, society, how to have non-sectarian friendship, right? This is a testing time for us. For administration, there may be distinctness. This is called unity and diversity. But heart should be one. God brother, God sister. Not only that, Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Vasudeva Kutumbakam is the Sastra, the Vedas. We're all one family, Bhagavan Ek. God is one. So this is basic principle. But where's Paramartha? Gurudev said, this is another critical thing Gurudev said. He said, any religion which is only discussing affairs of this world and how to live happily amongst each other, have moral values, not fight and quarrel. He said, this is a brotherhood of thieves. Gurudev said like this. Brotherhood of thieves. Oh, hum bhi chup, tum bhi chup. Gurudev said like this. I'll be quiet, you be quiet, nobody say anything, and we'll work together. But no God and no service to God. And this is very popular. This is called secular humanism. Religion of the day. We all are spiritual beings. What is the purpose of life? To enjoy in this world. There's no paramartha here. Bhagavatam says, what is paramartha? So Maharaj described paramartha, indication yesterday. But also to go to that level, we have to follow according to the standard of that level. So what is the standard? Now Gurudeva also said, when I go, many sahajas will start. So this stage is very critical. Gurudeva said this many times. This stage of life is very critical. Not yet madhyam, advanced Vaishnava, but aspiring and developing, but still uncertain what to do, where to go. Critical stage. The Gurudev said, if not for our Gurupad Padma establishing this Siddhanta of Srimati Radhika's service, everything was becoming cheap. In Radhakund, you could go and give 10 rupees and get your name, your Siddhanam. Oh, this is your village?
11 rupees.
11 rupees, sorry, thank you. 11 rupees, and people go, oh. And we have some also of our, different high level, even sannyasi going, taking this, and then 1 year after, oh, Radha Krishna don't exist, I will become Christian. I was reading yesterday, Swami Prabhupada wrote, those who are following Krishna must also respect Jesus Christ, knowing He is Son of God. And those who are Christian must follow Krishna. So how can you say, oh, one day I'm following Krishna, one day I'm following Krishna? This means chanchal, nothing. Chanchale man Krishna. So Gurudev is establishing this very high thing. If Gurudev had not given this, but the proper way to follow it, what is the Siddha Pranali? We touched on this yesterday. Siddha Pranali is a process, not something you can go and buy in the dollar store. Even the dollar store costs $1. Right? And what can you get for $1? Nothing. Nothing very useful. So Siddha Pranali is a process of attainment. Gurupad Padma, if he hadn't established this before in Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada's time, they would say, oh, Gaudiya Mata is not giving any ras, only chewing the bit. Why? They have no desire to follow any. It said that Gyan Vairagya naturally follow Anurag. Therefore we see our Goswamis, Sankhya Purvak Nam Gan, Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana, following Chapan Danda Ratri Dine Janina Radha Govinda Vin. Then you can meditate what is your Manjari form. Right? Raghunath Das Goswami established this. Chapan Danda Ratri Dine. If you want to understand, oh, I'm Gopi. Oh, I'm Gopi. Very good. You're Gopi. Very good. What do you do? Oh, this and that, and this job and that job. And
I just do makeup.
I put on makeup, right? Saki Beki. Raghunath Das Goswami said, Chapan Danda Ratri Dine. Gurudev established the Siddhanta. He didn't make it cheap. Gurudev made it this is like Jiva Goswami made Sandarbhas, Gurudev also made. Gurudev, no one could question his conduct, his activities, and his maryad. Gurudev is like maryad, very pakka. But then that is protected, that mood, then he gave so much ras. Especially even before Gurudev was traveling to the West. He gave so much ras, we can't even imagine. Those who are with him from early days, like our Maharaji here and other devotees. Also in the early years when Gurudev was preaching in the West, so much affection and sweetness to everyone who came. I remember Guru Maharaj's mercy. What is his mercy? Mercy means, okay, affection is one thing. But mercy means Guru is taking care of you up to the point of real Atma Gyan. Like we said, Chakshudhandi Loje Jan. That is all his mercy. Sometimes we don't understand mercy. Lalane bahavo doshas. Sometimes mercy is good tapar, good slap. This is mercy. That's why they say, Tasmat putram chasishyata tadena tu lalayat. Sometimes chastisement is very good mercy. Why? Guru karna daram. So Gurudev's mercy means all the way up to the state of perfection, he's giving us mercy. I'm thinking for myself, why? When I was a 9-year-old boy, Gurudev would go from his class, Shava, put his arm on my shoulder and walk me. And I remember, oh, this is memories of Gurudev, memories of Gurudev. This is very important. Gurudev acceptance is mercy. But more important mercy is sasan, discipline. Why I may become proud, oh, Gurudev is giving me affection, Gurudev accepting. But am I accepting him? Therefore when we chant mantra, it said mantra means not only I am doing mantra, Guru is, it said in the Dhyan Padati. Mantra means I am doing with so much love that I am attracting the heart of object of devotion. They are also thinking of me with love. A Krishna Karishani. Then this is Guru Shishya. So Gurudev gave this paramarta, he gave this contribution, but he also established, otherwise it would be lost. As Maharaji said, people would follow only in a false way, cheating way, another cheating religion. Right? No sadhan, no sadachar, no maryada, nothing. Only I am gopi. Gurudev would say many times, oh, you're not gopi, you're gobi. Means cauliflower. Begun. What is your husband is Begun Gopa, eggplant Gopa, and you are Gobi Manjari, cauliflower. This is your Siddha Pranali. Ekadash Bhav. Gurudev was very serious. No one could say, oh, but Gurudev also had the qualification. He also can give this. But how will you deserve it? Like we can say, you can be friend of a Brahmin, son of a Brahmin. But are you a Brahmin? Brahma janati iti Brahmana. So to become Gurudev's Janme Janme Prabhu, he is my life after life. Guru means I am his life after life disciple. What does that mean to be disciple? We should meditate on this. So I don't want to take much time, but I want to mention 1-2 pastimes. We sang this Gurvastikam song at the beginning of our 3-day festival. We should understand that Guru Padma is also eternal. Eternal means eternal associate of Mahaprabhu in this form in Gaur Lila, eternal associate of Sri Radha Krishna in that form as Sakhi. And therefore, what is that activity? That is the miraculous thing. That Gurudev, he is performing his activities in this world, but he is always absorbed in his service in that world. He is always Nitya Lila Pravishta. Nitya Lila Pravishta, for sadhaka, we can say, okay, sadhaka has become now entering Nitya Lila. But Guru Padma is already Siddha, perfected. Our Gurudev Siddha, perfect. That means his whole life here he is also serving Nitya Lila. So one time Gurudev was in Hawaii, morning time. He was going on a walk, morning walk, and devotees were asking him different questions. And Gurudev was not answering so much. He said, don't distract me. Right? Sometimes he would engage more. But then also when some people would ask him for certain questions, he wasn't, hey, don't waste my time. He would say, find a good question, ask me. In the later years especially, he would say, find some good question. I remember Maharaj was mentioning this Samartha Rati Samanjasa and Sadharani. In Houston, I think it was 2004, I was there, and we on a morning walk, so many great Maharajas were there. Gurudeva asked everyone this question. No one, he was not satisfied with anyone. He asked me, and he looked at me. He said, you know? And I was very shy, and I didn't know. So I had 2 strikes. And he smiled, he said, okay, no problem, you will know soon. Right? He said, you will know. He said, follow. So Gurudev wanted to establish this very high tattva, and he established it. But it takes us some time to catch up. Like Gurudev published Geet Govinda. Many people criticize Gurudev. They said, if I don't do this, it will be lost. Someone bona fide has to establish this. That's the point. This is Acharya. Yesterday when Maharaj was speaking, I was thinking of this point. That why is it we hear that, so I didn't have any specific topic or train of thought, so I'm just kind of meditating on this process. But Maharaj was saying that, okay, Gurudev would say, I'm not saying anything different from Param Gurudev. Param Gurudev would say, I'm not saying anything different from my Guru Padma, Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada. He would say, I'm not saying anything different from our Acharya Varya, our Goswamis. So why is it needed to always be repeated? That's not the question. The question is who has the potency to actually deliver the conditioned souls. It's not about knowledge. It's about the potency to infuse spiritual power to change the nature of the jiva, to bring them towards Bhagavan. That's Acharya Lila. Shakshad haritvena samasta sastre. Why? Kintu prabhoya eva priyatasya. Who has the power to do that activity? Like Param Gurudev, he would go to Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada in Mayapur, in his place, and he would not even be able to say the name Prabhu. He wouldn't even be able to finish the name Prabhupada. He would say, certainly I must have been there in the time of Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, and so forth. But who pulled me out by the Sika and brought me to his lotus feet? That is my Guru Padma. So repeating the message, we may say, oh, it's getting like stale. Something fresh should be given. No, it's ever fresh. Why Hari-ananta? Hari-katha ananta. In this Kali Yuga, why we say Kale nasta pralaye. Things disappear and have to be rediscovered and reshown. So the acharyas are always giving, you could say, new teaching, not new teaching. It's not a new teaching. Nothing is new. Everything is established. But who is giving it with the potency to give it? Because we are not following, Guru Granth. This is, okay, we respect. But Guru is Shakshat. We are not Ritvik. This is not our philosophy. They say if you water down Guru-tattva, it means either you don't have bona fide Guru or you are not bona fide Guru. If you are preaching it, Guru-tattva is like this and Guru is just like this and this like this, that means you are not bona fide or you don't have bona fide or you don't have faith in the parampara. But Gurudev's parampara will not stop. Gurudev is Jagat Guru, that means his Shiksha Bhagavad Parampara, his Diksha Bhagavad Parampara, his Parampara, not his Parampara, our Gaudiya Parampara will not stop. And we should understand with broad vision how Guru Padma is expanding the tree, right? A tree means new little branches, new leaves, new twigs. This is Gurudev's glory. Gurudev will have hundreds of disciples and followers continuing on his legacy and mission. This will not stop. This is not like we see in some lines, one acharya is there. But Gurudev is more broad than that. Like Jiva Goswami Pad, he had his Shiksha disciples and also other disciples, but the point is that how is his mission continuing? We should understand Gurudev not by just his activities in this world, but over time, the transcendental potency of Gurudev. Look, we're very myopic, means we see according to our present time and what's around us. But if we could see hundreds of years back, we say, you heard that time this acharya was going, Srila Bhaktivedanta Gosvami Maharaja, Brajacharya, Yugacharya, and he created a revolution where everyone understood what is real Bhakti Siddhanta, what is the real Gaudiya Siddhanta, and he established that and also helped serve the mission of Swami Prabhupada, and together, right, over a course of time, what is the impact? And how one after another these acharyas will come. So we shouldn't have doubt in our Guru Varga. Gurudev gave that very exalted thing. When we sing Gurvastakam, every verse is also corresponding to Astakaliya. Shikshastakam, every verse is also corresponding to Astakaliya Lila. So Gurudev is performing Samsara Dhavanala, Mahabhru Kirtana Nitya Gita, Shivigraharala, Chaturvirashi Bhagavat, Shiradika Madhava. All these activities Gurudev is performing, Nikunja Yono Ratikili Siddhai also. This 6th verse is showing, while all these other activities are going on, Chaturvirashi Bhagavat Prasad is Madhyanik Lila, also Bhojan, morning and so forth, but especially Madhyanik Lila. And Shivigraha Radha, this means in Vilap Kusumanjali, how Guru Padma is serving Srimati Radhika, all this description is given. Gurudev gave very beautifully. Shivigraha Radha Nityanana, how he is serving Srimati Radhika. In these books it's described. Gurudev is doing this. Not just writing and commenting, Gurudev is himself engaged in this. That's how he's bona fide Guru. This is the miracle, that he is actually in that spiritual reality serving constantly, and then he's also here, another Vigraha. So we're trying to have faith in Guru Padma, his eternal Vani, his eternal Vapu, his eternal mission, the continuing mission of our Guru Varga, and develop this non-sectarian spirit. All Vaishnavas have respect. Gurudev would say, this is something I read just 2 days ago also. He said, never criticize Vaishnavas. This is one of his very often refrains. He always chant, never criticize, right? And tolerate, and so forth. So Gurudev said, if you don't like, don't associate. If there's any Vaishnava you have disagreement with, you don't have to associate or any doubt, no problem. But never criticize. Criticism is a form of association, right? So if you don't want those qualities, why are you thinking about those things? That means you're associating with them, associating with bad qualities, attached to them. It means you have something in your own heart. In Hindi we say, dal mein kuch khala. Kahare na karo ninda. There's no need. Why are we wasting our time? So Guru Maharaj is giving this very high thing. I want to remember this one story of Srila Bhaktivedanta Gosvami Maharaja one time in his elder age. Why? Guru Varga is always performing service under Anugatya and the desire of their Ishwar Ishwari. So anything they're doing in their life is service. But different stages of life require different types of service, different kinds of absorption. I remember one time all the brahmacharis went for his darshan, and he only said 4 words. No time, no tide. We say time and tide waits for no man. He didn't have time to say that all. So he just said no time, no tide. Nothing. So again and again his seva said, take prasad, take prasad. Finally, after they kept asking, he said, what do you want me to do? Follow you or you follow me? I am not following you, I am following my Thakurani. She's giving me this seva, then this seva, then this seva, this seva. You want me to leave that seva and engage in service of this body? But that's something not to imitate Anukaran, but to understand and serve. They're always in that kind of mentality. Sometimes they're in Antardasa and Bahyadasa simultaneously. Internal absorption is always there. So Guru Padma is on that level. Srila Bhaktivedanta Gosvami Maharaja, or Srila Bhaktivedanta Trivikram Goswami Maharaja, our Vaishnavas now, our continuing mission of Srila Gurudeva, this will never stop. This is continuing on. We should have no doubt. Doubt means our own weakness. Gurudeva said, never have doubt, never be weak. I remember so many times, I was there, personally witness to this. Gurudeva would do a 1 week festival and then he would leave. And people would all come to him right before he left. Oh, I'll be so weak after you leave. He said, why do you think I'm leaving? This is your weakness. Stay in sadhu sangha and practice. Don't be weak. So we should also think Gurudev hasn't left. Guru Nitya. Guru Padma is present here now. Why? In the hearts of all the Shishyas. Everyone who's speaking, Gurudev is present there. Mataji, Doctor, all different devotees. Guru Padma is there in your heart. And Guru Padma is especially in the hearts of sadhus. Why? Wherever there's absorption in Guru Padma, they're carrying that spirit of Guru Padma. So we should have this prayerful, humble mood that no karta buddhi. This is also another important thing Gurudev would say. Krishna taught this very simply in the Gita. Karta hamiti manyate. Don't have this ahankar, we are doers. One time Gurudev asked, Param Gurudev, Gurudev asked Param Gurudev, oh, the train is going, who is pulling the train? The engine is pulling the train.
That's why engine has to be very warm.
Oh, very warm.
To pull the whole train.
Yes, so Param Gurudev would pull all the parikrama, so everything is being done by Guru Padma and Vaishnavas. We should develop honor and respect for all Vaishnavas. Always remembering Guru Padma and Vaishnavas, praying for their forgiveness for all my faults, praying to develop this mood of humble service to all Vaishnavas. Please accept my pranams. Hare Krishna.
We are hearing the glories of Srila Gurudeva. Since 3 days, today is the 3rd day, we heard many speakers from different perspectives glorifying Srila Gurudeva. I said something yesterday, but for many devotees it was a little difficult. It was more Siddhantic and tattva. I'm going to come a level down today. Some simple glories of Srila Gurudeva. The scholars of Brajmandal, the scholars of Brajmandal, they gave a title to Srila Gurudeva. What was that title? Yuga Acharya. Gurudev was not even aware of this. They invited Gurudev, and in front of everyone, all Brajvasis, they gave this title and honor. So try to understand this. Again, what to say? Is a Siddhanta there. We hear about the Goswamis. Tvaktva turnam ashesh mandalapatim shrenim sada tuchchavat bhutva deen ganesh karunaya kopi na kanthashrito gopi bhav rasamrita valahari kallo lomagna muhur vande rup sanatano bhatajugo shijiva gopalko. Our Goswamis, the 6 Goswamis, and even the followers of 6 Goswamis like Narottam Thakur, the opulence of Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, and the position of Sri Rup Sanatan, the prime ministers, they have given up all their upadhis, all these resignations. Tvaktva turnam ashesh mandalapatim shredin sada tuchchavat. Very insignificant, like a straw. all their wealth, all their opulence. The wealth of Raghunath Das Goswami was like, the opulence of Indra, the king of demigods. But they given up this. But these were the insignificant things which they gave up. But they given up something more high than this. This is very insignificant renunciation. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami giving up his beautiful wife, the opulence like Indra, Narottam Thakur being a landlord, and Rup Sanatan being like the ministers. This renunciation, this giving up is very small, insignificant in nature of what they have established, a big high renunciation. Try to catch this point. And it has so much to do with all of our acharyas, especially our Srila Gurudeva. What is higher renunciation than this? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered them, go to Brajmandal with 4 orders, discover the lost holy places, establish deities, write books, and Vaishnava Sadachar, establish the Vaishnava conduct. What can be higher renunciation than this? Renouncing the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to fulfill his Manovishta, fulfill his heart desire. You getting my point? Giving up opulence, giving up wife, family, this is very insignificant. Tuchha work. But giving up the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Not giving up means totally rejecting him. Giving up association means to fulfill the instruction and order of Mahaprabhu, they have to go Brajmandal. Sri Mahaprabhu, who was their life and soul, giving up their life to follow the instruction of Mahaprabhu. Agya Guru Haya Vicharniya. Similarly, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and our Srila Gurudeva, and I count all acharyas in this, they given up not only their positions, their wealth, their family, that's very small renunciation. But Vrindavan Dham is their life and soul. And for people suffering this material world, imbibed with this mood of par dukhe dukhi, can't see the sufferings of others, they left Shri Vrindavan Dham. They leave Vrindavan Dham to place the Braj Bhav, Vrindavan Dham in the heart of each and every individual. To infuse that Braj Bhav, they have to give up Braj Dham. This is higher renunciation. And this applies to all preachers. You ask them, what is your most favorite place to stay? Someone can say Navadip Dham, someone can say Vrindavan. So giving up the most favorite place of staying for the sake of serving the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and serving the mission of Sri Gurudeva. This is very much painful. You ask their heart and they will tell you. Who wants to leave Vrindavan Dham? It's not a fun. But two Bhaktivedantas and many Bhaktivedantas following these Bhaktivedantas, Mahajanoje Gata Sapanta, following the footsteps, they given up this to obey the order of Sri Guru Padma. Srila Gurudeva, in this advanced age, when people start thinking of retiring, now I can't do anything more. I've done a lot. I got so much position in my society. I have enough money to maintain and sustain my life. So now I'll just chant 1632 rounds and do bhajan. No need to do anything more now and retire life, easy going life. when we start thinking about this easygoing life, this is the age when personalities like Gurudeva and Swami Prabhupada and all other acharyas, they begin their mission in the age of retirement. Because our life is not for easygoing life. One speaker was saying, I don't know, I think Padmani Didi was saying that she was searching for peace. But I'm telling you, if you're in Gaudiya Vaishnava line, you will not get peace here. Our philosophy is not there to give you peace. Our philosophy is to make you more restless. Restless like Goswamis. He Radhe Vraj Devi ke chalalite, he Nanda Shuno Kutaha. Crying and weeping, wandering in Brajmandal. To serve Radharani. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada was on peace. Srila Gurudeva was peace. Restless all the time to serve the mission. If there is no restlessness in the heart of the disciple, we can't develop that attachment, rati, with Srila Gurudeva. There is no retirement here. Retirement is in material world, and that's a material world. In spiritual life, there is no retirement. My Guru Maharaj, 102 years old. When he left this planet, there was no retirement. He was serving the mission. As we are hearing since 2-3 days, we always want to become indebted to Gurudev. We don't want to repay him. We don't want to repay him. Then it's over. But we don't want to repay this. We always want to be indebted. So, disciple life is not for retired life. Disciple life is always to serve the mission. Irrespective of what ashram, which ashram. Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanprastha, Sannyasi. Suppose if I am working 8 hours a day and earning enough to maintain and sustain my family, house, insurance, everything. But then I am getting little, that I don't need to work 8 hours. I can even work 4 hours and I can maintain my life. If I'm thinking like this, I'm only thinking about myself, my family, and I'm self-centered. Why can't I earn another 4 hours for the sake of serving the mission of Sri Gurudev? Krishna has given you this facility to earn money. Can't we use this money in the mission of Gurudev, in his projects? If we are thinking like this, then we are Gurudev-centered. And if I'm thinking, I'm happy with just 4 hours working a day, easy to maintain my family, then I'm self-centered. And this is self-judgment. We are not here to point or say to anyone because we are full of anarthas. If I stop traveling, if I do like this, then I'm self-centered. So we are not self-centered, we are supposed to be Gurudev-centered and the mission-centered. And on that, of course, this hard time, this hardship, and this lot of endeavors involved, health issues, mind issues, so much, but this is all about repaying the debt. He has sacrificed so much for us in his advanced age. And I want to live an easygoing life. So how am I following my Gurudev then? It's not for easygoing life, it's for hard life, to serve the mission for the next generation. Everyone, whatever endeavors they do for the next generation. Sri Gurudev day and night worked on the books, day and night. I'm the witness, I was with him. 2 o'clock he used to start writing in the night, 2 o'clock. And constantly writing, till 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning when Sevak come, and in a mood of correcting him, or how long you are working? And when Gurudev lifted his head and spondylitis, head starts spinning because he's absorbed there 4 hours. So much hardship for us, not for himself. For him, he already had all those literature to relish. to taste, but he wants us to taste that. So during the time of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, there were many grasthas, sannyasis, brahmachari, they gave their life to Gurudev. As Gurudev's favorite saying, Pran hatheli pe rakhkar Guru ki seva karo. How to say this?
Taking life in your
Take
hand.
life in your hand and serve the mission. What is that, taking your life in your hand? A little hardship we can't tolerate. For the sake of center Srila Gurudev's mission. This is our life. So Srila Gurudev, Swami Prabhupada, in the time of retirement, they are starting the mission. So much hard time. Now we get someone to receive at airport, and when we come home, warm prasad, everything. The bed is ready, bedroom is ready, prasadam is ready, someone's there to host. Imagine Srila Swami Prabhupada, who was there to host him? Where was warm prasadam? Nothing. And at the time of his retirement. But tvaktva turnam ashesh mandala patim, to serve the mission of his Guru Maharaj, they are our ideals. We can't imitate them, we have no capacity to imitate them, and we should not imitate them. But at least some little percentage of their idols, if we can follow in our life, if I can follow in my life, then I can understand I am Gurudev centered. Otherwise I am self-centered. And therefore, Atma indi priti vancha, tate bole kam, Krishna indi priti vancha, dhore premanam. If I am self-centered, this is my selfish interest. And if I am doing this for the interest, the serving Guru and Krishna, then this is the beginning of cultivating that prem. And when cultivation of prem happens, then heart melts and a tear flow from the eyes. Because then attachment automatically flows there where we input our energy. Shri Gurudev, he received this title and certificate of something from the Brajavasis, Yogacharya. And there was a consideration which he was contemplating on. My Guru Maharaj, even Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Thakur, they were never given this title, Yogacharya. And I have to receive this title, Acharya of this millennium, this Yuga. None of my Acharyas ever received this. So shall I take this or not? And Gurudev immediately accepted this. Now material consideration or gross mind people can say, of course, if you're getting a title like this, who's going to leave that? But it's not that easy. He took this not as self-interest or self-centered, but mission-centered. Because Gurudev, he was representing the whole Gaudiya mission. And by accepting this, this is high limit of renunciation. Considering my Guru Maharaj and my Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Thakur never received this, but I am going to receive this. This is not enjoyment, this is renunciation. For the sake of serving the Gaudiya mission, my Guru Maharaj mission. This is renunciation. The word renunciation, in a very subtle sense, is very high values. And for that we need a very subtle vision to understand. Very subtle vision. So this is the activities, the movements of Acharyas like Srila Gurudeva, Srila Bhaktivedanta Gosvami Maharaja. It's not that simple to comprehend. Not that simple. A very high, very subtle vision is needed. And that's why I said, Vaishnav chinite pare na devera shakati. Even demigods cannot understand the activities of Vaishnav. And Srila Gurudev said, you cannot understand the activities of Guru unless you become a Guru. Why are they doing this? Why are they accepting this? It has a great moral, it's a great value. Not on a very simple level dealings. Something very high. But those who are anarthas, those who have anarthas, and they only on a gross level, they only try to understand. Like Srila Bhakti Goswami Maharaja used to say, if you're wearing a glass, green color glass, you see everything green. If you're wearing blue color glass, you're seeing everything blue. So because I'm like this, then I'm seeing everyone else is like this. So Gurudev is saying, take out this glass, and I want to put some other glass on you. That vision. What Guru Padma gives? He gives that vision. That vision to understand the dealings. It's easy to understand Krishna. It's more difficult to understand Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it's more difficult to understand the dealings of the Acharyas. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and all his prominent disciples, if you see their dealings, it's not that easy. Renouncing the renunciate. That was the statement Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada gave to Bhaktivedanta Gosvami Maharaja. When he ordered his sevak to bring the most expensive shoe from Calcutta and give to this one Maharaj and tell him to wear this and come, I want to see him. That was in year 1925-26. And Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, without any consideration, but with the point of Agya Guru Haya Vicharniya, without any second thought, accept the order of Guru. He wore that long boots. A sannyasi is not supposed to wear that. And after wearing those shoes, if you come to see Gurudev, isn't it offensive or not? But without any second thought, he wore those shoes and he came to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada wanted him to see like this. This is called a great renunciation. There's one level and there's another level of renunciation. And that's called subtle vision. Srila Gurudev had that subtle vision. So therefore, even as Maharaj was saying, was getting little criticism from some section of people, not all. But still, he wrote all those books, the books of Goswamis, with this point, and he used to tell us, print this, print this, print this, print this, as soon as possible. Gurudev, we need to check. There's no need, print this quickly. Because I know when I will leave this world, no one is going to give any importance to publish these books. And I want to publish all these books, the books of Goswamis, and want to give this present to this world. When I'm alive, they're not understanding my contribution. When I will leave this world, then the whole world will understand my contribution. And now everyone is understanding this. What Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaja gave to this world. Those literature which will be forever, forever, forever now. Forever. Generations after generation, generation after generation will always be indebted to Srila Gurudev for this contribution. You know? And in regard to, I heard from speakers speaking about Srila Gurudev's disappearance pastime. Oh, Dr. Mataji said. I remember it was 2010, and after Western tour, when Gurudev arrived Mathura, with the same, as I was describing yesterday, all brahmacharis welcomed him, and we did arti to Gurudev, and Gurudev spoke very short hari-katha. Gurudev said, it was my desire, heart desire from so many years that I want to see the birthplace of Sita ji, Sita Devi, which is in Nepal, Janakpur. So I'm just coming from Janakpur, seeing the birthplace of Sita Devi. I think my parikrama is coming to an end now. He already indicated that. I traveled all over the globe so many times, but there was a great desire in my heart to see the birthplace of Sita Devi. And I saw that. And now my parikrama is over. And immediately after 2 months, he started manifesting the sickness pastime. Some disease was detected, and he was getting more sick and sick and sick and sick. In the month of Kartik, devotees from all over the world, was like 3,000 devotees or more, because everyone knew that, he may leave now. That was 2010 Kartik month. Big crowd. And there was a team who was serving Srila Gurudeva, 2 person every 8 hours. So there was a different shifts. Like 6 devotees taking care of Srila Gurudeva's health. And looks like he's in unconscious state. Antarang dasha, bahirang dasha. Gurudev once upon a time asked me, where parikrama went today? I said, Nandagaon. Because I was always in the room, we didn't get time to even go out to see what's happening. It was very intense seva in those days. Emotional breakdown, everything, seeing Gurudev in that state. So I just said, I think Nandagaon. Gurudev said, no, you're wrong, Barsana. And I wondered how he knows this. Because Gurudev said, I am the one who is doing parikrama. You all are not doing parikrama. And he pointed this many times in parikrama. I am the one who is doing parikrama, you are only following me. You are not doing parikrama. So even now, after his disappearance from this planet, it's not we who are doing parikrama, it's Gurudev who is doing parikrama, and we are just following all those places where Srila Gurudeva used to take us. He's the one who is doing that parikrama. And gradually, as Dr. Mataji said, she came and there was another nurse. They're teaching us how to take care of Gurudev health, etc. Kartik parikrama, in that parikrama, there was Disappearance day of Srila Bhaktivedanta Gosvami Maharaja. And everyone was so scared. Gurudev may choose this day to leave, because they are very close friends. And everyone was just doing yagyas and praying and kirtan all night. Finally the tithi was over. And next day everyone was so relaxed. It was very heavy. And it was getting cold, and Gurudev cannot hold that cold weather in India, end of November. So proposal was there, where shall we go? Where shall we take Gurudev? The proposal was to go Italy and some other place. Gurudev said, no, I want to be in Dham. He was getting so weak, that for washroom, we have to lift him like a baby, One hand on his neck, other on his lotus feet, and just lifting like them and taking him to the bathroom and bringing back like this. So weak. So there was no any point to take him, outside India. And the place was chosen in the meeting. Navdev is also going to be cold, so let's go Jagannath Puri. When Shri Gurudev came to Jagannath Puri, he used to always look at the ocean. And similarity, ocean is blue and Gurudeva's eyes were also blue. And looking at the ocean, one devotee asked, "What are you looking?" And Gurudev is absorbed. He said, "This is the place where Mahaprabhu used to manifest his so many pastimes." And we understood he didn't want to get disturbed, asking many questions and all. He was totally immersed in that mood. The Vipralam Kshetra, the Viray Kshetra, where Mahaprabhu was relishing the Vipralam Bhav, the separation mood. So Gurudev was absorbed there. So usually when anyone getting weak, the appearance, or we can say the effulgence, get pale. But Gurudev was getting more and more effulgent. His complexion was turning to gold, golden complexion, and many devotees witnessed that. And we were speaking, the sevakas, see Gurudev complexion getting golden complexion. You know? It's nothing emotional or fanatic about, actually it is true. It was true, we saw this. And as Gurudev instructed me, our devotees, not in his sickness pastime, but when my Guru Maharaj was manifesting sickness pastime, year 1999. Many acharyas came to see my Guru Maharaj and they were instructing the sevakas. At that time we were 4 sevakas serving Guru Maharaj in different shifts. So Bhaktivedanta Gosvami Maharaja came, Bhakti Kumar Sant Goswami Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj godbrothers, they used to come and give some instructions to the sevakas. When Srila Gurudeva came there, he paid flat obeisances to Guru Maharaj, but he was not able to see him in that pain. So after praying something, Gurudev immediately came out. And then he started giving some instructions to us. He said, "Your Guru Maharaj," means Puri Goswami Maharaj, right now is not in his external consciousness. He is in Samadhi Dasha, means internal Samadhi. He is in Samadhi. You know the meaning of Samadhi? Internal consciousness. Or in a very common word, Samadhi says, "Do not disturb." So Srila Gurudev instructed this, saying that not only focus on his body, but try to sing some bhajans and read Chaitanya Charitamrita to enhance his moods. Like Shri Ishwar Puripad was doing for his Guru Maharaj, Shri Madhavendra Puripad. So Gurudev gave this instruction. Other acharyas, they gave many other instructions. And after Srila Gurudev left, we started that night. And Guru Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj's situation was not very good. Srila Gurudev was even speaking something, "I want this, I want that," but Guru Maharaj was totally like Samadhi. So when we were singing those bhajans of Narottam Thakur, Bhakti Thakur, you won't believe, tears from his eyes flowing like stream for all night, not just 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And why I am saying this? Because the same method we applied to Srila Gurudev when he was manifesting sickness pastime. Why acharyas manifest sickness pastime? This is our Guru Parampara, starting from Madhavendra Puripad. I am saying why not? People say why, and I would say why not? Because our parampara starts from Sri Madhavendra Puripad. And he started this, manifesting sickness pastime and crying, lamenting in a mood of separation. Ay deen dayar the nath he matra nath kadav lokashe. Hidam tav avlok katram dait brahmati kim karo meham. O the Lord of Mathura, where are you? Where are you? Lamenting in sickness pastime. So if the Prem Ankur, Sri Madhavendra Puripad, who is the personality who can taste the same mood, relish the same mood as Radha Rani and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, If he is manifesting sickness pastime, then why not his followers? And we can see, we have no account of other acharyas, but account from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Also, in his last days, sickness pastime in Calcutta. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada also sickness pastime. Then his all followers. Srila Bhakti Raksha Srila Goswami Maharaj, Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj, someone is getting heart attack, someone is getting brain attack. What is all happening? They are mortal beings. They are transcendental personalities. But what is this sickness pastime? According to Shastras, it's very much details, but for small understanding, little understanding, they can't bear that separation. This is one prospect. They can't bear the separation from their Ishta, Shri Radha Govinda, and from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the other prospect is utmost bliss. Bliss. So much bliss that this body can't hold that bliss. And when this body can't hold that bliss, then some transformation happens. And the general criteria according to medical science, they say heart attack or brain attack or this and that. But this is all spiritual in nature, because ordinary person cannot exhibit or show these symptoms as these acharyas. When we were singing those bhajans in the night, especially in the night time, Narottam Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Gurudeva was crying and weeping. He was not uttering a single word, but he was just tasting and relishing those moods. The bhajans of Narottam Thakur, full of all ras, vichar and siddhanta. The bhajans of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Gurudeva was relishing that. Hearing Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, devotees were reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Srila Gurudeva was relishing this. And therefore, because of this relishing and this transcendental in nature, if you read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Rupa Goswami Pad is giving the account of what happens when a person is on a very advanced stage, the stage of bhav and prem. Tears flowing from eyes, hair stand on end, and foam comes from mouth. We used to clean his mouth, foam coming, again, spit. The spit was coming out like a foam, like a bubble. These are transcendental symptoms. If you read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, you will see it's written there. Tear coming from eyes. So much stream of tears, non-stop flowing. How we can, an ordinary person can say, how we can say this is ordinary sickness? It's not. It's not. It's transcendental. And because if anyone not familiar may say like this, but if you read the scriptures, these are the symptoms of Mahabhagavad. So why Gurudev was sick? Why not? All acharyas, this is Guru Parampara. Starting from Sri Madhavendra Puri Pad happening this. And then came this day, the appearance day of Sri Bhaktivedanta Gosvami Maharaja. There was not so much fear as it was in Kartik Parikrama that he might leave on the day of disappearance of Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaja. So the whole temple was getting decorated. Nobody was aware. And that, the Tithi, not according to the English calendar, but Tithi was yesterday, when in Nishanta Leela, almost ending of Pradosh Leela and beginning of Nishanta Leela, the Sevak in Gurudev room, he saw some transformation in his body, and he called upon all other Sevakas. We were all in the room. Gurudev, I took Gurudev on my lap. His head was on my lap. I lifted him up. And there were other Sevakas, Sripad Madhav Maharaj, Brajnath Prabhu, many other sevakas were there. We started chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We knew something is happening and he's leaving us. Everyone was so broken and started crying, chanting Mahamantra. And in that Nishanta Leela, which Gurudeva was very fond of speaking all the time, he joined his friend Sri Bhaktivedanta Gosvami Maharaja, because Sri Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaja was the one who received Gurudeva at the station, Navdeep station. Yeah? You know this story, right? He was the one who received him at the station, and now he again, on the order of Param Gurudev, he came to receive Srila Gurudev. Come, Guru Maharaj is calling out. He again came to receive him. Chalo. So on the same day, it's not surprising at all. Same day, Srila Gurudev manifests this disappearance pastime. Beginning with his godbrother Sri Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, and then he came. That's not my realization, but Vaishnavas are speaking this, I'm repeating their words. And Srila Gurudev, he entered in the seva of Shri Radha Vinod Bihari, in the seva of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The disappearance pastime of Srila Gurudeva. Many details are there. After Srila Gurudev, he after 2010, Disappearance pastime, we wrote this Harmonist magazine. I gave account of how it happened when Gurudev said, my parikrama is over, from then, and how disappearance pastime took place in Jagannath Puri, and we took Srila Gurudev from Puri on a car to Navadip Dham for his samadhi. One devotee, Brahmachari, was driving, Srila Madhav Maharaj was in the front seat next to driver, and me and Madhav Priya Prabhu, we were holding Srila Gurudev's transcendental body from all the way from Jagannath Puri to Navadip Dham. And because body was flexible, we were holding from every angle, and made Gurudev sit in Padma Asana. You know Padma Asana? Like this, cross legs. It was very essential to do this because we did for Srila Guru Maharaj, our Guru Maharaj, because if we don't do this in time, then the body is not flexible enough to put in Padmasana. So exactly same scene as it happened with my Guru Maharaj, from the car, taking from the mud, Chakratirtha road, taking him to Jagannath temple and paying obeisance to Lord Jagannath, and then Gambhira and Srila Haridas Thakur Samadhi, and from their journey all the way to Navadip Dham. Similarly with Srila Gurudev also. Same procedure. When we brought him to Shri Navadip Dham, there were like thousands and thousands of devotees waiting for Srila Gurudeva arrival there. Thousands. You won't believe how the crowd, when they saw the car, it was midnight, 1 or 2 o'clock. It was a very hard journey because that's for Purnima. Very hard journey. And so many people came there on the scene. And they were banging on the windows. Please open, we want to touch him, please open. And literally they're shaking the whole car. Then brahmacharis from the mutt, Shri Keshavji Gauriya Mutt, they came and they settled down everyone and announced, everyone will get the chance to touch him. Don't worry, we're not putting him right away in Samadhi. We're going to wait for more devotees to come. So everyone will get this chance. Please, Shanti. But everyone was so much crying, and the driver drove car all the way to the temple, and then we took Srila Gurudev's transcendental body and kept in the Nat Mandir, the temple hall, and gave opportunity to everyone. Come and you can offer your Pushpanjali, you touch him, whatever you want to do. There was Sankirtan all night, Kirtan. And we were waiting for more and more devotees to come, preachers to come from overseas. And everyone with their heart, desire, the emotions, they taking their time, praying to Srila Gurudev, touching his lotus feet, offering Pushpanjali. All night it happened like this. And then in the morning, the place was decided by seniors, and Srila Gurudev was given samadhi. And if you see, that video is not available anymore on the YouTube, because seeing the restlessness of the devotees, how they want to jump in that samadhi, even in the last minute, don't want to give up his association. So much love, so much sand, salt, everything, and Gurudev's samadhi was being completed by lunchtime. And the love and attachment of so many devotees, thousands, were seen on that day. That's the disappearance. But actually that's the appearance. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, on the disappearance day of his Guru Maharaj, Sri Gaur Kishore Babu Maharaj used to say, today is not the disappearance, today is the appearance of my Guru Maharaj. Because today I am getting opportunity to hear the glories of my Guru Maharaj. So by hearing the glories, the appearance manifests in the heart. Similarly, even though we observed yesterday the disappearance, actually is the appearance, because we are hearing from Maharaj, from so many devotees, senior devotees. And by hearing this, inspiration comes in the heart. His instructions, his sweet dealings, and many other pastimes, our memories start manifesting. So it's appearance in the form of disappearance. So this was a little brief disappearance pastime of Guru Padma, Srila Gurudev. And why acharyas manifest disappearance, sickness pastime. I try to touch those points. Although I wanted to speak also my memories with Srila Gurudev, but it's not enough time, it's already 6:15 now. Everyone shared their intro with Gurudev, and just in 2 minutes, I first saw him year 1990 when I was a student. Just finished high school, I was entered in college, and Gurudev stayed in my home for 3 days. At that time I didn't know his Gurudev. We used to address him as Maharaj. And there were not so many people around him those days, very quiet. He came from Mathura, he used to come to Delhi for Bhagavad Saptas with Sripad Bhaktivedanta Maharaj and Krishnadas Prabhu and many other. And they were not sannyasis that time. Tirth Maharaj was Shubhanand Prabhu, Madhav Maharaj was Naveen Krishna Brahmachari. So the host who arranged the lodging and staying of Gurudev, even though he did his best, but it was not appropriate, because Gurudev was complaining he is not getting sleep, it was too noisy. And because of that he was getting headache. And then Sripad Ramchandra Prabhu told, he said, he called me, come here. And I was in my kurta pajama, college days. He said, can you take Gurudev in your home? Because it's very close, only 15 minutes drive. Your house is big, you can keep Gurudev there another 3-4 days. I said, sure, why not? So he informed Srila Gurudeva, and Gurudev said, he called up me, come here. Are you ready to take me? I said, why not? It's a great honor. But who's going to bring me to programs? I said, me. Can you drive? I said, of course. So I took Srila Gurudev, his luggage, and his sevak, Naveen Krishna Brahmachari. And Gurudev was staying in my room. He said, is your room? I said, yes. Your parents have no objection? I said, no, they are very happy. They are very happy. And it was so relaxed. No one was there to see him, to disturb him. There was no crowd in those days, 90. The crowd started after 96. But in those days, everything was so quiet. And he used to sit in living room and read Gaudiya Giti Kuch, the songs of Narottam Thakur. Gurudev used to sit on the couch and I was sitting on the ground. He said, must read these songs, Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Narottam Thakur. Just by reading these songs, you get acquainted with Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. You get to know about Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy just by reading these songs. You know? And then beautiful scene happened that I approached Srila Gurudev and said, I want to speak something personal with you. He said, he is my sevak, he knows everything. I said, no, but something very personal. Then Gurudev said, come 4 o'clock. Because 4 o'clock he is sleeping. Then you can come in my room. So I came to Srila Gurudev's room and he said, what is the matter? I said, Gurudev, I want to know, I feel like staying as a brahmachari in your mutt. So then he said, then what is the point? I said, because I want to know, shall I come and stay with you with your brahmacharis? Gurudev said, that was the first day. He said, listen, you staying in such big house, you have servant, you have car, you have drivers. But if you come and stay in the center, you won't get those facilities. You have to do all, washing your clothes, everything you have to do your own. So I'm a little scared. Putting you boys raised like this in the mud, which is very austere. And it was over. I was so restless, thinking again and again what to do. Again I approached next day. I said, Gurudev, what can you give me idea, shall I come or I should not? Then he gave a very smilingly, he said, if you fall in love with someone, seeing as a teenager, if you fall in love with someone, would you going to ask your parents first? He said, this is my answer. If you already in love with Krishna and you decide to serve Krishna throughout your life, what is the point of asking? Because you're asking, that means you're not ready. If you're asking, that means you're not ready. If you're ready, then you won't ask. You will just run. I said, thank you, I got the answer. That was little interaction when I was young. And the last day, when Gurudev was leaving, my whole family, my parents, brother, grandmother, they all came to see off Gurudev, and they stayed back at the gate, and I went further to open the gate of car and made Gurudev sit there. Sorry, my English terrible. So, and I bent further through the window to touch his feet, my hand. And seeing all my family members there, Gurudev loudly said, your parents are Vaishnava. Serve them throughout your life. And they became so happy to hear this. But I went further to touch his feet, he whispered something else in my ears. Loudly he said, serve your parents, they are Vaishnavas. And in my ears he said, but try to understand who is your parent. Who is your real parent? So he's indicating, Guru is the real parent. Sakale janam mata pita pai. Every species of life they get parents. But every species of life cannot serve Krishna. Because Guru is only accessible, available in human form of life. That mantra was kind of initiation. No, I still remember this. I still remember that scene. How through the window I touched his feet and he whispered in my ears, but understand who is your real parent. That's the mantra. So anyway, I opened up my memories also, but there are many others. Thank you so much for attending this great festival. We're going to do more festivals like this all together. Sangha from Boston, from Jersey and New York, Queens, everywhere, Long Island. It's so nice to be all together, right? Otherwise we're going to do in a small groups. So looking forward for another festival like this in future. Sangha together. Yes. It shows so much unity. And all Matajis, they're cooking so much and every day we're getting great feast. Thank you so much for this. And especially thank you to Ramanath Prabhu. Thanks so much for arranging this. You know, we all come, I sit on my seat, you sit on your seat, and he's the first one and the last one to go. Along with his family members, arranging all sound system, everything. So great thanks to Sripad Ramanath Prabhu for this. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpana